There's a little bit of an impromptu stream here. So my choices were wake up way earlier than I usually wake up, or stay up a little longer than I usually stay up. And so I chose one over the other. So to pass the time, I just decided to stream. I have no idea if anybody's even going to join at this time of night. Let's see. There. Seems we have a viewer. Hello. Right now, I don't really have too many plans on what to do, considered playing a game. I'm just planning on talking, shooting the shit on stuff like ReZero and My Hero. Just mostly going to burn as much time as possible. Maybe I'll do some dramatic readings of manga I don't plan on ever continuing. That might be fun. Or I got some tier lists we could do, I guess. Hey! I will. Thank you very much, a person. Yeah, it's about time you settled on a person, alright? That's fine. How are we doing? Kenneth Chambers? Middle of the night, so I gotta go back to sleep. Yeah, oh, it's 3:30 a.m. For me. I'm just usually... I'm usually awake until, you know, for the weekend shift. I'm usually awake until like 8, 9. A little later than that, but today's gonna be rough because I didn't decide to sleep because I have to judge at a tournament at 11. But you know, I figured it'd be better because I have to wake up even earlier Saturday morning. Not for My Hero, that's gonna be delayed because of this. But yeah, so doesn't matter why I'm streaming, I just am. So, you also get a rarer shot of me without the hat. The hat is right here. Alright, but yeah, it's not a full recording or like a planned stream, so I'm just gonna be chilling. Can everybody hear the background music or whatnot, or is it just my waffling? Are you gonna beat up the winner of the tournament? Not this year. Not this year. Oh, that's a perfect thumbnail. Oh my gosh, the stream. It has a... Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. How are you enjoying ReZero so far? I can't tell you how much I adore this series. You know, I was a little apprehensive. And I was like, an isekai, you know? And I watched a couple of episodes well before this. You know, that the thing is, I remember the whale, but I don't remember nearly as much before the whale as was the whale. So maybe I watched like a Watch Mojo video or something back in like 2016. Audio is good, good. It's the morning here, audio's fine, good, glad to hear it. No, but I have been just absolutely blown away by ReZero. It has been an incredible experience reacting to that, because it's like it was made for us as a channel, but almost like me specifically, because nothing gets me invested like questions, and you might find this surprising, romantic subplots. For some reason, I just really get invested in those. And this has both. So, you know. Keeping Watch Mojo alive all these years. Dude, I used to watch them all the time. Don't lie. I know you did too. Don't you lie. Top 3 MHA OSTs? Woo! That's you're asking the right question to the wrong guy here. Let's see. You Say Run is hard to beat. I'm a big fan of Bombing King. I really like Bombing King. There's a lot of, I think when it comes to just the action, like the songs played during like pivotal action moments, You Say Run is obviously uncontested. I really like You Can Be a Hero. I also really like, dude, I really like Stars and Stripes theme and Together with Shoji. The Season 7 tracks. Oh, I've listened to those both a lot. Undead Unlock is also made for you guys. You know, okay. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. I will keep that in mind. Without the hat, all I can see is Gabe Mark II. Gabe Mark II? What? No, we look way, way too different for that. I have hair. Okay? Like, hey, Bronk, how you doing? The shows y'all reacted to that I've watched, I can see your love for romance plots. Yeah, I don't know what it is with me. It gets me invested. But on conversely, I despise melodrama, man. I hate it. There's definitely ways to do it well, and I'm sure I could list some if I really thought about it. But man, I'm a big melodrama disliker. All right, but yeah, I was mostly just starting the stream because, you know, talking is gonna keep me up longer, and I need to stay up, and so I've got like 36 Diet Mountain Dews and a couple of cold Celsiuses, so we're gonna be caffeinated. Oh boy. But yeah, I was thinking, you know, mostly I just wanted to talk like anime, you know, ReZero and My Hero kind of theories and stuff. Just shooting the shit there. But I'm also down to do some like just tier lists. I just had an idea of it might be fun for somebody to suggest like a manga or something that I could read live just for fun. How many romance anime do you reckon you've watched? Ooh, 2. No, 3. With Horiyama, Toradora, and Love is War. Toradora was the first one. I watched that in, like, early high school. Oh, and Sword Art Online, baby. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And then, yeah, Love is War is, like, one of the best things ever made. Melodrama is genuinely annoying. I can't believe you've done this. Alright, we got 20 people in. I was honestly not expecting this. But yeah, you know, right now we're just shooting the shit. You can just keep me on in the background while you do something else, like try to sleep. I don't care. I'm not gonna read. Your reactions to the first chapter of Fire Punch might be interesting. Don't suggest something you actually want me to like dive into. Don't do that. This would just be for fun. I rarely have time to stream, and besides, it has to get in line because, contrary to popular belief, I do actually plan on finishing Tokyo Ghoul one of these days, and it's gonna be on camera. God damn it! That's actually. It's got the sparkling cola flavor. That's actually kind of not bad. How many total anime you reckon you watched? Okay. I'm gonna try and go in order. Okay, season 1 of Soul Eater. Attack on Titan. Fairy Tail. I finished Fairy Tail, baby. I was so into Fairy Tail that when it was like 9th grade, 2014, 2015, the anime was on break. I think Fairy Tail Zero had just dropped, and I was like, I need more. I need more. It was the first and only manga. Not actually, no, that's not true. The first of 2 manga I have read that was not related to the channel. But yeah. Soul Eater, first season, Attack on Titan in its entirety, Fairy Tail in its entirety, Sword Art Online. I, like everybody, loved that shit when it came out. You know what? I think when people are like, dude, what's the worst thing ever? Sword Art Online, I disagree. I don't think it's good, and I think it has a lot of... It suffers from, honestly, what I think is one of the worst things you can suffer from, which is missed potential. One thing that's bad that's just hopeless you can disregard, but one thing that's good, or at least could be good, if certain things were changed, that's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. It's like watching an athlete that could have gone the distance and they just, you know, start drinking. I'm feeling that right now with Oter. Odor of the Flame. I am all caught up with Oter, and I'm just like, man, there's the ingredients here to a masterful meal, but it's just not being handled just the way I would do it. SAO is overhated, TBH. SAO is like Ruby. Ruby's also probably overhated. I mean, when we get to a lot of these like really hyper popular series, a lot of them are probably at least a little overhated. I don't even know if they're necessarily overhated, because I remember being really pissed off at Ruby like Volume 6, but I think for something to be overhated like that, like a Ruby or an SAO, it has to be hated by people who have never consumed it. And that is something I will never do. I will never shit on something that I have not consumed myself. And I will go over, like, oh, I've heard it's bad, or man, I really don't want to watch this because of this studio's track record. Like, if you were to tell me, hey, Rhett, what do you think the Mando movie's gonna be? I will say, oh, it's going to be shit. It's going to be really, really, really bad. Because I have 3 seasons of Mando and a bunch of other Filoni projects that have told me, oh, it's gonna be shit. But I will never actually call it shit unless I see it, because I don't know. It could actually be awesome, right? But I think that is what makes something a Ruby-hated or an SAO-hated show, is when there are just as many people saying it sucks who haven't seen it as had. I remember when everyone was glazing Shield Hero 2. I watched Season 1. I don't know if I watched it, like, when it was big. I watched Season 1 of Shield Hero back in, like, my sophomore year of college. It was, like... I was probably watching it when I should have been editing Attack on Titan Season 4 Part 1. Probably. But, I remember watching it, and everybody's like, oh, it's super popular, it's super great. And, I was just sitting there like, dude, this is weird. Not like, weird as in, like, the world. Like, am I supposed to believe this is a video game world? Or am I supposed to believe this is a real world? Because, Naofumi? Right? That's his name? Naofumi? He goes around and, like, because all the other guys are treating it like a book or a video game or a TV series, which is actually kind of neat how the other isekai people had different medias to work with. So the perception of what they're working with is different. But, like, they go through a place and be like, oh, I'm going to use video game logic. I defeated the bad guy, but I didn't take care of its cosmic ooze. So it's giving cancer to the town folks, but I don't care about that because in a video game, when you kill the boss, that's it. Over. Boom. So when Naofumi and his ragtag squad show up and they're like, oh my gosh, let's use our shield powers to cure their cancer and make everything better as we improve our, you know, burgeoning trade group. I can't remember what they were doing in Season 1, but I was like, okay, so this is a real world with real consequences. But then freaking Raftalia is like, I'm going to level up and evolve like a Pokemon. And there's mechanics like in a video game, and it's called, and I'm just like, okay, so what am I supposed to take from this? Is this a video game world? This is not. What rules are we working with here? And it was weird. I didn't care to watch Season 2. Raftalia was obviously a cutie, but that was what she was designed to be. I never did get people who hate things they don't know. Feels childish. Yeah, it feels bandwagony. Like I said earlier, you know, if you have a basis of pattern recognition, like, you don't have to come to me, or I don't have to see the next MCU movie to go, it's probably gonna be shit. It's probably gonna be really bad. But I'm not gonna say that. I mean, hell, oh, by the way, I have some incredibly controversial opinions that are probably gonna come out of my mouth here pretty quick. This last summer, there was the big 3 summer releases, right? There was Jurassic World, Flum Blum, there was Superman, and there was Fantastic Four. And the order I thought it was gonna be in quality was Superman at number 1, Jurassic Flum Flam at number 2, and Fantastic Four at number 3. And I had it literally all completely wrong. Jurassic Flam was the best one at just the fact that it was not the worst. Oh, no, Jurassic Flam was the middle one. Fantastic Four was the best. I gave that a 4 out of 10, which some of you may find surprising or shocking. 4 is an incredibly high rating from me for the MCU. It's charting pretty good. And yes, I am aware I gave Fantastic Four a 4. Hardy hard. Flam Flam, Jurassic Park and the Bark was the second best, or I should say second worst. And this is gonna be really controversial. I think Superman was the worst. Was the worst of those 3, and I gave the best one a 4 out of 10. I know that's gonna be. Oh wow! Hold on, Admiral Akbar. Oh my God, sir. Thank you for setting up 5 gifts memberships. That's, wow, incredible. Thank you so much. That's really incredible. Thank you so much for doing that. And it's him. It's the Admiral himself. Wow. I feel honored. But yeah, I thought Superman was really bad. And my controversial opinion only gets worse and worse, because leaving the theater, I was like, wow, that was really bad, but it's better than Man of Steel, because Man of Steel is also really bad. Do not take my thinking of the new Superman movie being bad as me being a Snyder fan, because, whoa, doggy. No, I am not. The DCEU is heart garbo, with the exception of the Suicide Squad, the second Suicide Squad movie. You gotta retire after this take? I know it's controversial, but you gotta believe me when I say that this is coming from a place of honesty. Okay? I'm not, and I'm also, when I say something's bad, alright, I'm not trying to say you can't like it or you shouldn't. You gotta understand. I just got done saying that I love Fairy Tail. That shit's not good at all. It's better than Superman. But it's not good. Okay? And I love it. And I'm not ashamed to say it. Okay? Can't imagine anything in Superman being worse than Clark lasering babies. Yeah? You know, well, like, morally, from Clark, no. He didn't laser babies in Man of Steel. And again, I wanna point out, Man of Steel sucks. It sucks bad. It's really bad. No, son. Let the tornado win. But they both do suffer from a lot of similar problems. And different problems. But this wasn't supposed to be a me talking about Superman stream. It actually made me like Superman. Superman's cool, okay? And if this got you to like Superman, that's fine, and I'm happy for that, but Superman is cool. Damn it, he's not my favorite superhero. I really goddamn wonder who my favorite superhero is. God damn it. I couldn't tell ya who my favorite superhero is, but it's a mystery. That's something Homelander would do. Yeah. I gotta pick up my favorite. This new Hulk run hasn't actually been all that great. It's not awful or anything, but it's doing some lore stuff with the origin of gamma radiation and the One Below All that I'm just really not a fan of. But 1A, I'll tell you who's 1A. Goddamn Hulk, that's who's 1A. Outerversal, baby. No, I think one of the biggest problems with that movie is Lex Luthor and his horribly dumb and stupid bad plan that doesn't make any sense. He's actually very similar to Zod in that way, where both could have had exactly what they wanted right from the beginning of the movie, but just decided to do the one thing that would fuck them over. Yeah, no, it's the Flash. It's my favorite superhero is the Flash, for sure. Yeah, the big green, strongest one there is, Flash. Funny enough, I actually watched the Christopher Reeve Superman. This was not supposed to be a Superman stream. This was not supposed to be a Superman stream. I watched Christopher Reeve Superman for the first time right before going to see it. And man, does that movie hold up? Like, I don't think it's the best Superman movie ever, by the way. And I don't think you'll be able to guess what I think the best Superman movie is. But that movie's still pretty good. Dude, Christopher Reeves killed it as Clark Kent and Superman. Just the one scene, you know the scene, if you've seen it, where he just got done flying Lois around, right? They land, and he's all like, well, Lois, I hope you had a good night. I have to go, Superman. And he's all confident, and he's, got the stature, he's got the smile, he's got everything. And then, of course, with the super speed, he comes in because Clark Kent had a date with Lois. And he comes in, he's like, hi, Lois. I hope you're here for your date. You're ready for our date. It was supposed to be, hey, here we go. And, Lois is all starstruck because she just had the most amazing night of her life. So, she's like, oh, that's Clark, great. And, she's doing all this. And you get this scene where she goes to, tighten herself up. And Clark, he, takes his glasses off, and you just, the visual transition of Clark Kent, meek, oh, hi, guys, it's me, Clark Kent, to Superman? God, it's great. It's great. Super Buddies, the 10 out of 10 Airbud spinoff. How did you get that? Thank you again, Admiral. No, my favorite Superman movie is The Iron Giant. I think that is the best Superman movie ever made. It's kind of like how the best Fantastic Four movie ever made is The Incredibles, which, by the way, I was gonna say it's my favorite animated movie ever, but dude, WALL-E is so good, and so is Beauty and the Beast. There's a lot of really, really good animated movies. I was supposed to be talking about My Hero and ReZero stuff. Do you understand how easy it is to get me distracted to talk about my other interests? It's so easy, dude. Alright. Hello, sorry I know that this is an MHA stream. It's not really an MHA stream. But I ask anyway, are you guys gonna watch ReZero? If stories and cut content. Our Discord has already got our whole... Oh, Kung Fu Panda 2 is great. See, it's so fucking easy. Just scatterbrain me. Our Discord has got the whole ReZero thing, cut content. They've got it all figured out. They will, apparently, once Season 2 is over, they will gift us the cut content. I make a stream about it if it's a lot of stuff. But yeah, we don't worry about the cut content. We got it. We're gonna have it taken care of. I have native right next to my name now, yay. I've got a, Oh, is that just for YouTube? Oh, I'm sorry, Nixie. I didn't mean to wake you up. That's my dog, Nix. One of them, at least. He's over on my bed. What is your favorite quirk? Lion King's also peak. Let's see. WALL-E is so peak. You're so right. You were so right for that. Favorite quirk? Ooh. As in the quirk. Oh, as in the quirk you'd want me to I would want to have myself. Ooh. Let's see. Oh. I mean, I'm assuming I can't just oh, I would like one for all, you know? If I could get one for all, then sure. Hell yeah, I'll take that. Dinosaur punching people, but mostly Black Whip. Black Whip rocks. It is so cool. Yeah. She is strong with this one. Yeah. Rhett, explain the entirety of Guilty Gear lore. I don't know the entirety of Guilty Gear lore, but let's do it. Okay. So it starts off with Mr. Gear. And Mr. Gear, he was involved with the Watergate scandal, right? And so, a couple decades go by. He thought he took everything under control because, he scuffed up his involvement. And then, knock, knock, knock. Hello, this is the Mr. Gear residence. And he's like, hello, welcome. It's me, John FBI. And we have found you. You're under arrest. And that's when Gear became guilty. All right? Bro, you can't withstand one for all? I'll work at it. I'm willing to break a few fingers. All for one would be useless without any quirks to steal from. Let's see. Explosion, honestly, is pretty cool. So is half cold, half hot. I'm assuming my body becomes basically like a My Hero character's body, where it's built for their quirk, and also I can train myself to handle that level of power and ability. The most useful would be Creates, just full stop, off the rip, you know. I will sit down with a goddamn chemistry book every single night if it means I can make anything, especially in this economy. Although, screw that, I'm choosing one that can make me fly. Fajin would be really good, actually, and so would Gear Shift. Overhaul, fuck, there's a lot of really good ones. There's a lot of really good ones. Permeation has its uses, for sure. Honestly, I might take Nejirays. Just for everyday, like being able to fly and shoot lasers? Hell yeah! There's some cut which is important for theory crafting in ReZero, like they cut that LER Forest froze 100 years ago. Yeah, we did find that out. I will say, do not talk, I'm here to talk about ReZero theories and stuff like that. Really, that was one of my thoughts with this stream, but I don't want to hear anything that was cut until Season 2 is over and we have gotten the A-OK from our Discord. So no cut content, and when it comes to spoilers, I consider things that allude to things spoilers. Or even like, yo, you're not ready for Season 3 Episode 2, man, that's gonna blow your mind. I consider that a spoiler, because now you have set my expectations for what Episode 2 is gonna be like. I'm really finicky when it comes to spoilers, if you haven't been able to tell over the past 5 years. Amajikis would be good too. You need a ton of stamina for Nejirays? Probs. Fajin, just working out and you get extra boost. Yeah. Any of the hyper regen quirks would be tight. Endeavors would be awesome. Hellfire? You kidding? Whew. I get to fly around, shoot fire. Flight is like, Fierce Wings, I saw it listed earlier. Fierce Wings is just so cool. It's one of the coolest quirks in the show. Yes, this is a super no spoiler zone, and I gotta really be thorough with that, because like all of our moderators are like asleep right now. So I'm sailing unprotected here. So Dragon would be good. No, stop it, Kobe! I don't even know what Arc 9 is. Unironically, I know you're memeing, but that is the type of thing that would, like, I would have my Comet Ninjas destroy you for. Dark Shadow does come with a buddy. It does, and I like buddies. Anna Voice would be kind of cool. Especially, have I read One Punch Man? I have not read One Punch Man, but I have seen seasons 1 and 2. I've heard that season 3 is not looking good for people. Joe doesn't really read things, but he does watch, like, oh, here's a 6-hour complete and total summary of everything on the thing. It's like, so why didn't you just read it, bro? Or do you just like being it read to you? But he's like, if they handle what's in season 3's content, like, well, it could be like the peak of like shonen combat anime, but from the looks of it, it's not looking good from what I've heard. Just give me foresight so I can win any small bet. It's not worth it unless you've got like the drive and dedication and vision of a future that is so rock solid and indisputable that you can break the predetermined future that you've set for yourself. The engineer doesn't read things. Yeah, yeah. Joe's the best of us all. He doesn't need to read things. Let's see. What was I thinking? I should have made this either an MHA stream or a ReZero stream, because I don't know if I can... Juggling ideas and concepts. I'm gonna be like, oh, dude, it's gonna be so great when Subaru gets Fierce Wings, and it's all gonna get meddled up. He looks at pictures. Well, he kind of does, you know. Alright, but if I see someone doing X, I can bet for X happening. Shake my head. I don't need to change the future. I just need to bet on it. That's true. Let's just don't get too crazy with it, right? Rhett, my guy, what is going on? Nothing much. Nothing much. X8? Or is that like a Z sound? Is it Zate? Zamit? I got a fancy schmancy Switch 2 over here. Maybe I plugged that SOB in and we play some games or something. My theory is that Foresight can only be changed by other time powers, aka Airy. I don't think that's what they were trying to tell us. I think that it is, like... Wasn't it about, like, Sir Not was talking about how, like, you have to have, like, a vision of the future so rock solid in your mind that there's no room for doubt or second guessing the possibility that that future could be different? Mind control? I don't want to typecast, Panzer. Okay, but why do you want that power, huh? Might be because you want to control minds. You down for some games? I don't know. Well, hold on. I have also got, like, tier list stuff. We got plenty of things. Like I said, I gotta be up for a while. To be honest, knowing you, I don't think you'll like One Punch Man going forward. But then again, you like Fairy Tail, so what do I know? You're totally right! Now, if I started Fairy Tail now, would I like it? Probably not. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's just like... It was like Fairy Tail was the first... No, well, Sword Art Online, I think, was the first anime I sought after myself and watched to completion. But my first, like, shonen I watched... That wasn't like, oh, look, it's an episode of Naruto on Toonami, and I watched, like, 20 minutes of it. Was Fairy Tail. That was the first shonen I ever watched. And so, as a kid in middle school, I'm like, whoa, this guy's awesome! He's got fire magic, he's a wizard... But he doesn't, like, cast spells from a wand at a distance. He goes up and freaking mixes with you. Natsu's the coolest. I still think Natsu's the coolest, by the way. He is the fire goat, if you ask me. In Lightning Flame Dragon Slayer mode? Come on! Come on! That's awesome! I will control the whole world with mind control powers. I am a natural born villain. Hey, you know, to know thyself. Don't worry, Subaru character is supposed to be a person with self-confidence without external powers, so you don't have to guess if he gets the power. Well, and I think that's one of the interesting things about ReZero is so many characters either have a similar issue as Subaru or have gone through a similar process as Subaru. It is really the show about a bunch of people finding out who they really are and what they can be. Right? You know, or being stuck in the past and being able to move on so that they can become the best version of themselves. Or at least have a chance of being the person they know they want to be. Like, and we get that obviously with Subaru, right? But we also got it with Rem. And it seems like Roswell is the bad ending. Like, that's what that could have been Subaru. And the same thing that we had with Garfield, right? Garfield is basically what would have happened if Subaru could fix all the problems he ever had physically, right? So, the coolest is Urza's mom because she made Urza. She's also hot as hell. That's a big bonus for Fairy Tail. If you got it, honestly, unironically, if I could be transported to any anime world, if I could get isekai to an established anime world, there's 2 places that would be at the top of my list. Number 1 is Fairy Tail. Obvious reasons. Really cool, awesome magic. There's not a single woman in that world that is not a 12 out of 10. Thank you, Hiramashima. And then, but the other one is Pokemon. Because it's like, similar, but the stakes are so much lower. And it's a way fun adventure. You just go on, pal, everything's great. That's where I want to live. If I had a choice. What's your favorite MHA character? That changes frequently. Excuse me, there's a character called Subaru and Garfield? Yeah, Panzer. Well, the title says My Hero Academia, or MHA. It's gonna be a lot of ReZero talk as well. And so, you know, Subaru and Garfield. Garfield, though he does turn into a big orange cat. So, Garfield is pretty accurate. That's from ReZero. Don't you want to go in high school DxD? consider. I would consider. You know? If it's on the wheel, I wouldn't mind if it landed. Bro, I'm talking about the anime, bro, not the Pokedex entries. And you know what? Even then, I get my starter Charmander, my boy since I was 5-6 years old, will work the world. I know the type chart, dude. I have not failed a single Nuzlocke in my life, and I have Nuzlocked every generation. I'm kind of goated. At the children's game. How about teleporting straight into the Shibuya incident? Bro, if I got teleported to the Shibuya incident, the first thing I would do is I would go to a bunch of characters that I was kind of interested in and go, hey, before you die, can I know a little bit more about you? All night talking. It's 11 a.m. here for me. Well, guess what? It's 4:03 a.m. for the Rhettster, all right? Ram, Rom, very creative author for names, honestly. Wait till you hear about Snow White. You'd be fine in Pokemon if you were Drayden. He beats up his Pokemon. Drayden's a monster, man. Dude, what was it? Pokemon Generations? They chose the best Gen 5 moment they could animate. It's when the gym leaders come in and they've got Victory is within your grasp playing. That's one of my favorite tracks in all of Pokemon. The Victory within your grasp. They've done it for Gens 8 and 9 as well, the whole gym leader's last Pokemon track, but none of them even come close to hitting as hard as Victories in the Grasp from Gen 5. And I think the reason why is because Gen 8's with the it just doesn't hit the heart. All right, and I know they were trying to, we're going for soccer chants, but like, why? It's supposed to energize me, man. The beginning of the Gen 8 theme for the gym leaders goes hard. The and that gets me energized, and then it kind of feels like a come down. It's not telling me that victory is within my grasp. It's telling me that I have already obtained victory, and now I'm just going through the motions. While the actual track, victory is within your grasp, that makes me feel like, oh, no, this is the last little hurdle. We've got this. We've got to push through. Yeah, it's a hype thing. And also, the fact that it's like the Pokemon theme makes it feel more like it's my theme as I play the game. I think it's pretty good. Okay, let's read some chat here. Let's see. What's your Halloween costumes this year? I actually will be having one, and that is not for you guys to frickin' know about, so... hey, before you die, can we do a selfie? Sure. How do you rate the holidays? Halloween is just around the corner. So, October is my favorite month of the year. But Halloween is not my favorite holiday of the year. It is numero 2. Obviously... leaving number 1 to be, Arbor Day. No, I'm a big Christmas guy. I love Christmas. But I love Halloween too. But with October, the reason why October is my favorite month is you get the Diamond Nationals, which is why I need to stay up. It's a big martial arts tournament that my family hosts and I have to judge at. And then you get my birthday on the 24th. And I will be turning 25. Spooky. And then, Halloween. Kicks ass. And it's all spooky, and it's the perfect temperature, where it's like in the 60s to high 50s. Love that temperature. Leon's theme goes hard, though. It's been a while since I've heard Leon's theme. I probably like it. I remember a bunch of people saying that Gen 8's themes were the best, like some of the best in the series. I liked them. I didn't dislike. It was the best part of those games. I think those games are pretty bad. I hope that's not as controversial as my Superman take. But I think the one I remembered the most and liked the most was Leon's Battle Tower theme, which is funny enough. I think that was the one done by Toby Fox. The do 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 do. Actually, hold on. I'll just pull it up. God damn it. Leon's theme. All right, hold on. Leon's Battle Tower theme. Yeah, here you go. Yeah. I thought you were Gabe for a second. Why does everybody keep thinking I'm Gabe? I look nothing like Gabe, goddammit! Do you watch Peacemaker? No! I don't really have that much of an interest in watching Peacemaker, which is kind of weird because I actually really liked The Suicide Squad. I gave that movie a 5 out of 10, which, again, if you're new, that's actually pretty good. That's not bad. I think the plot's kind of phooey, and I really didn't care for the Harley Quinn plotline, but I think, like, everything else with all the other characters is really strong, so it averages out to a 5. Like, dude, Ratcatcher, Bloodsport, like, I really like them. I even like King Shark. I really like that movie. I'm not afraid to say it. I really like that movie. I don't think that's controversial to say at all, but I'm not afraid to say it. I'm not afraid to say things that aren't controversial. Huh? 'Cause you look really tired. I'm actually not tired. In fact, I would actually still be at work for another 3 hours. I work a night shift, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. I really like a lot about Gen 8 and feel that it's overhated. However, it might have the worst story out of any Pokemon game. So yeah, it really does. And listen, Pokemon doesn't have a history of having the best stories ever. But man, guys, I have to cause a global apocalypse because in 10,000 years, my phone battery may die. Isn't that right, Pikachu? My little rat companion that loves me unconditionally, that can generate enough power to power 100 homes, and all I have to do is feed him some puffins every now and then. Let's get the apocalypse rolling, people. Would you react to the One Piece? The new Wit Studio version of One Piece? Maybe. Actually, the new Wit Studio version one? Oh, Tova, you work 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. What are the odds? Best trick-or-treating memory? I remember one house gave whole boxes of cereals, popcorn, fried fish balls. No. I don't really have too many memories of trick-or-treating that aren't bad. Well, okay. Everybody has, like, those vague memories. I remember getting home with my big pillowcase full of candy, dumping it on the floor, gazing upon the breadth of my new bounty and wealth, and then going, man, a lot of this is candy I'm not exactly the biggest fan of, but it's still so much in the pile. Like, I knew what a dragon felt like with its hoard, alright? But I remember a lot of bad memories. Obviously, if you didn't know who my favorite superhero is, I'm not going to tell you. It's kind of a secret, but I used to dress up as him for Halloween a lot. And I remember one year it was snowing because I live in Minnesota, and that's a thing that can happen in October. And I was bundled up. I didn't have my mask on because I can't really see out of it, and it's pitch black out. And I can't wear my Hulk hands because I can't hold my pillowcase. So I'm just walking around in a green jacket, and people are like, who are you? And I'm like, I'm a Hulk, damn it. Like, you can't tell? And of course they couldn't because I wasn't dressed like them. Have I seen Steins Gate? No, I have not. Joe has, though. And it's usually a strong pull contender. All-nighter stream? Sheesh, soon we'll get a custodian sleepover stream at Rhett's pad. Nah, I'll be, if we reach 20,000 subscribers, I'll do a 24-hour stream or something like that. If MHA had an Avengers team, who would you pick and why? Now, what do you mean by that? Just like the strongest global defense force? Because that's what the Avengers are. Or do you mean like, pick a character. Oh, it's Natasha, the Black Widow. Who would best fill that role out of the MHA characters? There'll be an anime series that's going to adapt all short mangas that Fujimoto made. I heard about this, yeah. Our schedule's just so busy. Dude, I can't tell you how heartbreaking it was, literally depressing it was to find out that there's a good chance that ReZero Season 4 is gonna air in January. That's like the fourth thing. We don't have time to record all this stuff, man. We're gonna have to make some sacrifices here. How happy do you think Stain is feeling right now teaming up with All Might? I think he's doing pretty good. Custodian's Trick or Treats team would be dope. Yeah. Yeah, you just get freaking grown-ass men, Gabe, Joe, and I. It's like, trick or treat. Please, put the candy in the bag. If you could have a quirk from someone in MHA, no one for all quirks, what would it be? How will you use it? Maury, you've missed it. That question's already been asked. And the answer was, a lot of them. I think if I could only have one, I would settle on one of the ones that allows me to be very powerful, but also fly. Fly is really important for me. So I'm gonna go with Netrace quirk. Who in MHA would fill each role in the Avengers team? I don't really know. Yes, this is a surprise stream. I wonder when Infinity Castle will be streaming. When fucking Chainsaw Man Season 3 streams. 30 years from now. Season 3? Excuse me, I meant Season 2. Oh my god, we haven't even gotten the second season, dude. It's been 3 years, man. I want to talk more about Devil Lore, dude. I miss Unga and Bunga. That was a prevalent Custodians lore meme back then. It was Unga and Bunga, the first two guys who ever lived. I miss them. Who would be the best McDonald's employee in the MHA cast? There's actually a lot of good options here. We're talking about personality or quirk utilization, because we're going quirk utilization twice. Talk about fast food. Wonk. And he could make his entire... Dude, you hire him and you have an entire workforce. Yeah, it's twice. It's twice. That's the answer. They already said it's theater only for 2025. I'm gonna be a 27-year-old man by the time we're able to watch this shit. If you compare between MHA and Vig, which one has the slower pace of their season 1? Oh, Vigilantes. Yeah, Vigilantes has the slower pace. But that's because My Hero's only like 12 episodes, and it goes by pretty quick. They have a lot to get done in those 12 episodes. 13, actually. GTA 6? Yeah, we're getting GTA 6 before we're getting Chainsaw Man Season 2. Probs every 2 years. My choice of MHA Suicide... Oh, MHA Suicide Squad. Now that is something that'd be fun to talk about. So let's see your options. We got Rappa, Chronostasis, Lady Nagant, Shield Guy from the Yakuza, Gentle and La Brava. Gentle and La Brava, they're not in the Suicide Squad, because the Suicide Squad, they are the people who are going to kill a foreign dignitary for the Japanese government and do it on the Black Ops, and if they get compromised, they're click click bang. Gentle and La Brava, they would never agree to that. Even if it was to shorten their sentence, they wouldn't do it. Because they're too good of people. Stain wouldn't do it either. Unless the target for the Suicide Squad was a really corrupt hero or a bad villain, in which case he might do it, but I could see him killing the other members. No, but if he was like, he did... This was before his opinion changed, but he was willing to work with B-Girl as Stendhal to take out some bigger fish, so maybe Stain could be a Suicide Squad member. David Shield is... Oh, I don't think David would do it either. It really depends on how Suicide Squad-y we make this Suicide Squad. If we're just looking for criminals in prison who the government might recruit, my first pick would be Rappa. He's probably the best choice for Bruiser. He's really strong. He's absolutely willing to work with people if it means he gets what he wants. And he's not so strong, like muscular, that if you let him off the chain, he's just a dog on the run and he's not coming back. Darkmite, it'd be interesting with Darkmite. I don't think they could do it because he's dead. But even if he wasn't, we don't necessarily know how strong he was without... it's not Amelia. It's something like that. Miss Lizana? Miss... What's her name? What's her name from Your Next? But you get what I'm saying. We don't necessarily know how strong he was without her. But he might have enough connections with the mafia of Italy land. But yeah. The sleepover stream at Rhett's place when GTA 6 launches. Anna! That's right. Funny enough, I was actually just watching that because I did the calcs for the slow motion shit from Heroes Rise, from Your Next. That was actually a lot of fun to do, to find out how much the slow-mo guys, slow motion. How about Slice from Heroes Rising? Oh no! Oh yeah, there was a comment that was like, "What about movie side villains?" Yeah, by Hassam. I think they're great options. Because I mean they're all canon, and a lot of them are pretty cool. Characters would you draft on your MHS team to fulfill these roles? Captain, vice captain, assassin, tank, healer, and support. I'm assuming you meant to say MHA. Captain. All Might, Vice Captain, Midoriya, Assassin, Mirio, Tank, Shigaraki, Healer, All for One. No, hold on. Let me read that. Captain, All for One. Vice Captain, All for One. Assassin, All for One. Tank, All for One. Healer, All for One. And support, Monoma. After he copies All for One. Musha, dude. I hate that fraud. I am so upset that we learned not a thing about him. The anime didn't even give us a quirk. At what phase are you and your future brother-in-law going through MHA? We only just did the quirk assessment test. We've only had one night to watch it. We were planning on doing it some more tonight, but we are still through season 1. It's going to be kind of a slow roll, like 2-3 episodes, maybe a week. Dark Shadow Tokoyami tank, that's a good option. All Might should be tank. Well, All Might is like the best leader we have, because Midoriya, he's a good leader, but I actually don't even know if he necessarily is a good leader. He'd definitely be a good inspiration for a lot of people to act, as what we've seen. But All Might is, like, he has been shown to understand the students to the point where, like, with Ida and Shoto, he's like, dude, half cold, half hot, and engine. Those are the quirks that can save the day right now. He's got a good understanding of what's going on. Oh, and Assassin's Aizawa. Are we talking about all these characters in their prime? Assassin is gonna be Aizawa. Or, but damn, Mirio is a good assassin. If only we could have seen your guys' reaction to season 4, that would have been sick. Funny enough, I considered it. This is some Custodian's lore here. But it was right in the middle of season 4, maybe near the tail end, that we were considering starting the channel. I had the camera and my Premiere Pro account for months and months before we started the channel. I just had no idea how to do anything. Tomorrow we were getting the Discord edited opening right for MHA. Yes, but later. We won't be able to record until a lot later on Saturday. Wait, tomorrow. What time is it for you? Because tomorrow, it is technically tomorrow. But I've got a judge at a martial arts tournament today and tomorrow. Let's see. You're gonna be playing All's Justice when the series is over, probably. I'm sure it's gonna be like Shonen Jump. No, it's a Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, where it's gonna spoil the death of a character for me before I had even started watching Naruto. Is this Gen 7? Yes, it is. This is the Island Kahuna theme. That had a good soundtrack, yeah. Ah, man. That kind of sounds fun. Hold on. Guess the anime. Oh, this is gonna get the stream like nuked. Probably shouldn't do this. Probably shouldn't. Never mind. I really like guess the song challenges. Love Gen 7? I really like Gen 7. I do agree with a lot of the criticisms of it, but that was the last gen where I was still like, oh, Pokemon can do no wrong. And then it did a lot of wrong and the veil was shattered. It has some problems, but I really like Gen 7. Oh yeah, we haven't heard the final ED for MHA yet. You're right. Hawks would be, oh, and Hawks would be a good assassin too. Ooh, dalali. Who would you choose? Which is funny because I've drafted all three of these individuals. I value them greatly: Mirios, Hawks, and Aizawa. Build Pokemon characters, MHA Pokemon. Oh my gosh! Build MHA characters, Pokemon teams. Would it surprise you that I'm not really interested in doing stuff like that? Like I'm jamming out to Pokemon music and talking MHA, but I was never really the guy to be like, oh, I wonder like what would Natsu's Pokemon team be? And I'm like, I don't know, probably a lot of fire. Why does he need a Pokemon team? He's gonna kick ass without him. Is he a trainer on like an adventure? And then I get lost in the sauce. What do you think is the most overrated quirk? New Order is kind of overrated in that people from what I've seen kind of think it's something that it isn't, which is like all powerful. But it's still like near powerful, if not all. Like it's not all powerful, but it's near powerful. Will you guys do bingo cards for MHA Vigilantes next year? No, we can't. Joe and I have already ingested all of Vigilantes. Maybe we can have Gabe just do a singular bingo card and we can laugh and snicker. But you've been doing that for 5 years? You've been doing what? Guess the character or okay. Yeah, sure, why not? Guess the anime character. By their eyes? No. By emoji? It sounds dumb. I like music more. Sure, why not? Why not? Sure. Let's have a little fun. All right, let's see if I do. There we go. All right, everything good here? Where should I put myself? Here we go. Oh, this must have been what? How old is this? 5 days ago. Never mind. Okay. All right, let's go, chat. Oh, this is Dan. Come on. Let's have a little challenge here. And it plays the opening anyway, so the worry attack on. What? This is dumb. What phone emoji is the attack titan? And no, this is stupid. Way too easy. Okay? Dumb. Let's see. Bad. Gross. Lame. Screw it. Let's do opening. Guess the anime opening. I'll try to pause it like as soon as I get it, so that I don't know. There's less of a chance of the stream getting nuked. Hey, Rhett, why so late? Because I gotta be up, baby. Chat is gonna be delayed a bit. Well, that's fine because then my answer will be delayed for you guys, so you still have a chance of getting it before I do. Super easy. Oh, that's just Black Clover. I'm gonna be pausing it. Or maybe a little skip P here. Get down, we are the If you guys have Black Clover questions, you know, we're also watching that, and I do really like Black Clover. I also really like all of the Black Clover openings, man. I really like them. Get down, we are eternal, get strong. Oh, this is Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh, you can't hear? Oh, no! Why can't you hear? Hold on, let me change that for you. It's less impressive if you don't know how fast I'm getting it. Hold on. Bada bing, bada boom. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Now you should be able to hear it. Attack on Titan. Are you watching Gachi Ikuda? No. Joe, I believe, is. I am not, and Gabe and I talk about watching it every single time we start to record literally anything else. Shinzo wo sasage yo. I have no idea. I've heard this before. I know I have. I don't know what this is. That explains it. Funny enough, for real Custodians fans, I reacted to the first episode of this. All the way back, it was the first thing I reacted to on my own, in my room, online, with OBS. It was this and Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1. Which show do you think I made the right choice in continuing? We'll leave that. We'll make that a poll. Oh, this is Tokyo Ghoul. That was a little slow. I bet you some of you beat me. Ugh. Hold on. Maybe I should make myself bigger. Oh, shoot. Oh, this is Naruto. You got that, you got that. It's gonna cut to the bit. Yeah, exactly. No, this is my hero. Oh, just Rhett, you are not missing out on anything in Tokyo Revengers. It's not that good. Yeah, no, I've heard kind of similar things as well. I guess Tokyo didn't get its revenge. Oh, this is Demon Slayer! This is the Red Light District! That took me way too long. So, we've talked about this, the guys and I, because funny enough, I talk about anime and music a lot. I think the first opening is kind of like the most iconic Demon Slayer opening. It is the opening for Demon Slayer. Like, that's the one I'm going to think of. But the Red Light District is my favorite opening by far. And you guys don't have to actually type fast enough. You know, if you just say it out loud and then just type, I beat you, I'll believe you. Okay? Oh, One Punch Man. Ah, come on, that's stupid. Stupid bad. I hate these when they let the lyric that is the title of the thing be heard. That's bad. Bad video. Everybody unsubscribe to the Custodians. Oh, this is Noragami. I did watch a lot of Noragami at my college's anime club that I would visit infrequently. And I remember watching like a bunch of episodes spread out, but they did the same plot 3 times. Oh, this is Death Note. Okay, so we are done with Facile. Okay? So now we're getting into... Or no, we were done with like Super Facile. Now we are into regular Facile. Releases on Sunday. Oh, Love is War, baby! Daddy Daddy Do is really good. I listened to this. I listen to a lot of these unironically, but I listened to this one. I'm worse. Anime openings take me longer than most other things. We could do video. Actually, do you mind if we switch to video games here, chat? Because that won't get copyright claimed, so we can listen to it the whole time. All right. Guess the video game music. Hey, been loving your guys' ReZero reactions. Why, thank you. I've been loving them. I think it's great. I love ReZero. Here, I apparently have listened to this one at one point. So, bangers only. Popular video game music quiz. This is Gerudo Valley by Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time.
In this quiz, you'll have to guess 50 popular video games based on their music, but it's bangers only.
Bangers only, folks. Bangers only. If there's a single thing in here that isn't a banger, I'm gonna be upset. Oh, is this Sonic Free Riders or something? I don't play Sonic games. I'm off to a bad start. I will admit this is a banger though. Or is this Sonic like Adventures or something? Like I said, I am not a Sonicer. I will be. That's a banger. This is Black Ops Zombies. This is 117. More combat. This is actually kind of cringe, and I dislike, not the song, it's great, but every single one of these video game thingy, guess the song, uses this track when this is from the movie, god damn it! This is not from the video game! That's a really cool JPEG. I agree. I'm gonna be real, chat. I don't know this one. I don't think Gacha Kuda is similar to MHA in terms of art, at least not in the manga. Final Fantasy. I also have not played any of these. I've actually played a little bit of Final Fantasy 7. This is Persona 5. Didn't get Escape from the City. No, I didn't. Dude, this is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Duh. Yeah. Well, I've heard of this. Doom, 2016. Mick Gordon killed this soundtrack. Okay. Oh, this is Doom Eternal. Never mind. Assassin's Creed 2. Yeah, any more My Hero ReZero questions? I'm gonna say get many of these, but it's still fun. I love music, so... I feel bad because I don't recognize any of these. Oh, this is Halo 3. Halo 3 is one of my favorite video games of all time. This is the Warthog Run. Oh, one final effort. Excuse me. The Warthog Run is from Halo 1 and 3, actually. Oh, this is my other favorite video game of all time, Metal Gear Solid Revengeance. Unspoken, I've even forgotten my name. Hold on. I am literally Jetstream Sam. Okay. Yeah. I do not deny my weapon's purpose. This. I'm done with this. I'm done with this. These are all too easy and too... Well, of course, it's bangers only, so it's all gonna be from, like, the meme videos. Alright. Remember, I'm easily distracted, so... Don't be surprised if I flip-flop on a bunch of stuff. Let's just put some good music on again. Let's go back to questions. Will you be doing any post-series tier lists for MHAs or content in general? Oh, yeah! Absolutely. In fact, after the series is done, we have our final, definitive, objectively correct My Hero Academia power tier list to go through. With as many characters as we can fit on goddamn screen. Let's go with... Good video game music. Let's trust the playlist. It says bangers only. I'm gonna have to agree for now. This is a banger. Okay. Will there be any sofa reactions to MHA with all three of you all together? I can't know. I can't know about that. You know, Gabe and I, we live like 20 minutes away on bad days. Joe and I and Gabe live several hours away. You know, Joe lives in Illinois, we live in Minnesota. But Will you be looking at any ReZero cut content for Season 2? Yes, we will. Our Discord has already got that all planned out and good to go. You don't have to worry about that. I don't want to hear anything about cut content in comments or anything. Not a single thing until we are done with Season 2. But like I said before, I cannot describe to you how heartbreaking it was to find out that ReZero Season 4 will be potentially airing in January, because it means we're gonna have to double up on ReZero Season 3 reactions. Hey Nixie, how you doing, bud? So ReZero Break Time website is down. Yes it is. Which is why we have not done a ReZero Break Time reaction in our most recent ReZero videos, which is very sad and depressing. Let's see. Kei Urana and Horikoshi both have highly detailed cartoonist designs with heavily stylized elements. Example, Hori's patented nose and highly detailed hands versus Urana's thick eyelashes and detailed eyes. Are we talking about My Hero versus Gachi Kuda? I think I saw that in the chat. Who's your starting 5 MHA basketball team? Can't use quirks while in possession of the ball. Okay, well, can't use quirks while in possession of the ball. I'm assuming that having Hawks touch his feather to the ball means he has possession of the ball. Does that work the same for Inasa? ReZero gotta be April since date isn't announced yet. You'll survive Season 3, trust. If not, Gigantomachia starting. Bro can be on the other end of the court and dunk. Like, that's an easy one right there. Let's see. Armored All Might doesn't have a quirk. Let's see. It's funny Horikoshi is so good at drawing hands since he hates doing it. Guess Shiggy helped him. Boomerang guy from Miss Joke says, no use of the ball, right? So, you know, I'm assuming you can't, like, activate your quirk and then throw it. Although I guess he can throw it and then activate his quirk, so I guess maybe. Let's see. Are y'all gonna be using Hulu over Crunchyroll for MHA for the rest of the season, or will you switch back to Crunchy if they get the episode on time? I'd prefer to use Crunchyroll if they get the episodes out on time, just because, and it's literally only one thing. We do a lot of pausing and analyzing of frames, and for Hulu, it never gets rid of, like, the bars and shit when you pause, which makes it a lot harder to see stuff. So I'd prefer to use Crunchyroll if it gets its shit together. Knuckle Duster would have crazy ball skill. You know, he doesn't have a quirk and he's still superhuman. Wait, no, Shigaraki. Bro, and USJ Nomu. His instruction, ball. Get busy, okay? Like, that's his instruction. All these guys are physically enhanced with no quirk, alright? He's gonna be light, relativistically dunking, okay? Let's see. Alrighty. I'm just kind of melancholic with this. Let's go to Hopes and Dreams. I really like Undertale and the Undertale soundtrack. And I'm not afraid to say it. I was, like, obsessed with this game back in, like, 2015. When I first played it. I was obsessed for, like, 6 months. Nezu balling? Yeah. Well, no, I'd have him be the coordinator. Overhaul could technically reshape the court so long as he doesn't touch the ball, but I don't necessarily know how many ways he could really make that effective and helpful. Shiggy is a LOL player. He would implode if he tried a sport. The moment his toe touches the court, he just explodes. Yeah. So, who in ReZero do you find the most terrifying so far? Pandora, I'm guessing. It's Pandora. It's Pandora because, you know, with Reinhard, he's incredibly, like, if he became an antagonistic force, not necessarily, like, evil or anything, but just an opposition to Subaru, I'd be like, well, we're screwed. But I still believe if we met him with some kind of sufficient force, we could kill him. He's just incredibly powerful. Pandora, I don't know how she works. I don't know the nature of her ability. I don't know. We can't trap her. because she can just go, actually, you never trapped me. We can't kill her because she can go, actually, you never killed me. So, I don't know. She is without question the most horrifying person we've met so far. Oh, by the way, we did just meet Hector. That'll be for the episode that drops in a couple of hours. We did meet Hector. Pandora the Bitch Witch. True dat. ReZero Season 3 draft? Don't say a goddamn thing about it, but I have been made aware that there will likely be a draft for Season 3. I have no idea what the hell that could mean, and I don't want to know anything about it. Don't give me a, oh, well, you see, you know, Shigaraki in 6 months. Yeah, no, don't tell me a goddamn thing at all. I'm not even kidding. That'll be an insta-permaban. But I cannot describe to you how excited I would be to do a ReZero draft. I just hope we have enough characters. Drafts are hard when you don't have a lot. My hero, we had 1,000 people to draft, which is why the next draft I'm really excited for, even though the next draft chronologically, oh my god, it might be the ReZero one now that I think about it. Oh, it would definitely be the ReZero one now that I think about it. But it's gonna be, after that one, it's gonna be, like, hopefully Demon Slayer. But Black Clover, I'd be really excited to do a Black Clover draft because there's like 1 million people, and it'd be really cool to like get a team with like interesting team comps there. How would you make Subaru work on a draft? Easy. Easy. Critical hits, key plays, saves, they all work. We might have to rearrange some rules for ReZero specifically, but yeah. Sahi debate recently. Which do you think is the best power armor? Armored All Might, Batman Beyond Suit, or Mjolnir Power Armor, Hulkbuster? Hulkbuster. Are we talking about comics or movie? Because then Armored All Might has a better chance. Mjolnir Power Armor is great if you're a super soldier. But if you're not a super soldier, the Mjolnir Power Armor will snap you in two. The Batman Beyond suit, from my understanding, is also really good. JJK... Oh, that'll be soon, too. No, we've been told that Season 3 of JJK will not be the draft season. It'll be like more like Season 4, is I think what we've been told. But we will definitely do a draft for JJK, and that one will also be fun because there is a number of characters that you could draft. And like 4 of them are good picks. The first episode of season... Hey, Hassam! That you're towing the line there, pal. I don't want to hear shit like that. Are we gonna react to Fate Stay Night? That is an excellent question. What if I told you? What if I told you something, huh? What if I told you I've technically already reacted to it almost in its entirety, like 3 years ago? What if I said that? What would you do then? Huh? What would your rebuttal be? What would your next comment be? Your next thought? Huh? Would you even believe me? No, but yeah, a ReZero draft would be awesome. Season 3 is definitely a draft season, no spoilers, but it's gonna be a lot of fights and one-on-one specifically. Season 3 is definitely a draft season. Well, we'll consult the Discord. I'm gonna raid your computer. We have a lot of listen. It's a complex situation going on here. Trust me. This ain't the Epstein files or anything, but this is we have information that could lead to my arrest in these potential alleged Fate Stay Night reactions. Let's see. Oh, dude, the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire soundtrack is really good. Mostly because the Gen 3 soundtrack is itself really good, and these are just, you know, remixes of those soundtracks. What draft would I be most excited for? We were considering on continuing the fantasy league from season 7 to season 8. I was considering having the rules be that we could pick 3 of the members of our teams to move on to be our only representatives, and we would give them all the supervillain point structure where everybody has points that if people land critical hits on, they take a percentage of. So if you have the only critical hit against Shigaraki, and Shigaraki's worth 3,000 points, you get 3,000 points. But as soon as, say, you know, if I got those 3,000 points, Gabe's Midoriya got a critical hit off of him, then I would have one and he'd have one, which means we'd split the points. I'd have 1,500, he'd have 1,500. That, you know, but we would do that for every character. We decided to just go with a regular bingo, just kind of keep things a little simple. I'm out here mourning the loss of the JoJo Season 1 reaction. Yeah. If I could go back in time, man. If I could go back in time and do things differently, I would. What's your fave currently publishing manga? Mine is Mad by Yusuke Otori. I'm not really... Just due to the nature of my position, I don't read much manga. I'm currently reading Oter and the Flame. What's something you don't want to see happen in the final of MHA season? Let's see. What do I not want to see? All for one win. Midoriya die. Some level of failed build-up. So we build up for something and then go, haha, never mind, actually. And then for, like, the entire series, like, I don't know, an asteroid hits Earth and everybody dies. Rocks fall. I don't know. I wouldn't like that. What do you think of Shigaraki both as a character and power? I think Shigaraki, of the shonen that I have seen, is one of the best main antagonists in shonen that I've watched. Consistent main antagonists, you know, because like Attack on Titan doesn't really have a primary antagonist. It has like seasonal antagonists and arc antagonists, and they all are great. Usually, typically for what they need to be. Father serves his purpose well in FMAP. I think FMAP is my favorite anime ever of all time. It is really, really goddamn good. But yeah, in terms of like action shonen, I think Shigaraki is the best villain we've got. At least that I've seen. You know, I haven't watched or read Bleach, so I don't know about Mr. Aizen, but Oter is dope. Author is a Hori assistant. Ichi the Witch manga is great. It's definitely gonna get an anime soon. I was like, hey, I want to read something. This is before I restarted reading Oter. And I was like, I kind of want to read Kagurabaki, but I know I shouldn't because it is reaction bait from what I've heard. Do you see Shigaraki as the final villain in the series, or all for one, or more of a double final boss dynamic? Shigaraki is the ultimate test to Midoriya's ideals. He's more of Midoriya's final boss, while all for one is the machinator behind the scenes for the entire series. So if you want to, if you ask me, I'd say that Shigaraki is the ultimate test for Midoriya, while all for one is the ultimate test for the world. Is how I guess I would put it. Because, you know, with Midoriya, if you put all for one in Shigaraki's position right now, the story already would have ended. Because Midoriya would have rolled up and just, I don't know if he'd actually kill him, but he'd beat his ass so bad there'd be nothing all for one could do, even if we gave all for one the same powers as Shigaraki. But Midoriya's, his inability to not help people is best tested against Shigaraki, because Shigaraki has, you know, Tenko inside of him, and he did have an absolutely bum deal. And, you know, that is part of one of the reasons that makes the League of Villains an endearing group is the fact that they are all horrible, horrible people, and I will not call them anything else. They're a group of murderers. But it's the why they are what they are and how they got to that point. Oh, hey Thomas, how we doing? Doing well. And so Shigaraki's the ultimate test for that, because like he had a natural part of himself occur, which resulted in incredible tragedy. And it was the failure of society, really, that has gotten him to this point. And of course, the manipulations of All For One, which again goes to show that he is kind of the ultimate villain of the world. And so it's the ultimate test of Midoriya's philosophy that he will always try to save people with Shigaraki. Both physically and, you know, like, is he worth saving? You know? Yeah, is his resolve or his principles on the matter of saving people, is it infallible to the point where it should apply to Shigaraki? Horikoshi recommended Ichi the Witch too. I have been told that if I were to read anything between Kagurabaki and Ichi the Witch, Ichi the Witch, that I should choose Ichi the Witch. If I was just gonna read that without, like, you know, content braining it, you know? Wait, let's see. Let's see. I hope that answered your question on my opinions on both Shigaraki and his role in combination with All For One. Have you read Verses from the creator of One Punch Man? No, I don't read shit. I don't read much manga. Any theories on what happened to Pandora and Hector, since history seems to not know of either of them, only the 7 witches? Well, they could have just been like, listen, this is kind of a bum deal. Let's go into hiding for a bit. They might be locked up. I mean, a lot of time has passed since the last time we saw Hector, and less time has passed since the last time we saw Pandora, but that's still 100 years, so who knows? I bring this up in a reaction. If you aren't a member of our Patreon at the $3 tier or higher, you get access to our full lengths for the newest episode of ReZero, which will be coming out in a couple of hours. So I guess if you want it early, or if you haven't seen it already and just chomping at the bit, you can do that. But if you have already, then in that, one of the things I say in our post discussion is, it's not like we get a lot of answers, but we get a lot of there's a lot of stuff we don't know. But every episode typically lets us know a new thing we don't know, which, like, you know the Boondocks bit where it's like there are known knowns and then there are unknown unknowns and there are known unknowns, right? Like, so, you know, we had no idea that there was, like, devils or I know it's just the male witch, you know, it's like a Majo or Maja, and so this seems goated. So there are now things that we didn't know that we do know now, which helps. Ichi the Witch is like Black Clover X Pokemon? Huh, I like both those things. What's your expectations for the conclusion between Deku versus Shigaraki? I want the Spirit Realm. I want Avatar State. I want I basically want a better Atla ending. And, you know, Atla is my favorite show of all time, of everything ever, but just because it's my favorite thing doesn't mean it suddenly gets, you know, easy street on everything. That ending came out of nowhere. I would have been perfectly fine with energy bending, spoiler, for Avatar Last Airbender, I guess you haven't seen it, for energy bending Ozai's bending away, had it been something that we even built up a little bit prior. And it could have been kind of cool how he learned how to do it, because, you know, healing with water bending is based off of chakra flow, right? And so that could be, oh, step 1, understanding the chakra pathways. And he can learn that diegetically through learning how to water bend. And then, once he learns how to redirect lightning, because what lightning bending is the separation of energy in the body, positive energy and negative energy. And so, once he understands the concepts of the chakras, especially from the guru, and then he, with the lightning bending of the concept of bending energy, he could mix all these together and figure out how to permanently block someone's ability to bend through energy bending. And that could still help with, maybe we still do the lion turtle thing. But I think I like this idea a little bit more, because then it's about all the information that he's acquired throughout the seasons. You know, Katara with healing and all these things that he's learned from her. And then you get Zuko and the Fire Nation, because it's also like what helps save the day, the bridging of the Fire Nation with the rest of the world, which also goes into what Iroh was talking about when they were learning how to redirect lightning originally, where it's like, you know, and what we learned from Guru Patik, where it's like, you know, the four nations are an illusion. You know, we are all just one people, and we can draw the more information we draw from others, the better we can be. I kind of went off a little digression there. Yeah, that's what I want for my Heroes finale. Lightning bending. ReZero is so good at giving questions but never getting answers. Not that it's a bad thing. It always keeps me guessing with every episode. It's only a bad thing if they J.J. Abrams this and they go, look, there's a lot of questions for another time, and we never get the other time. I don't feel like that's the case with ReZero. I feel like ReZero has a bunch of answers that they are not giving us. What elemental bending would Class 1A be? Well, Midori would be the Avatar. Pretty apparent. Baku's the Firebender. Kirishima's an Earthbender. Uraraka... I gotta think about this. These always, I see a bunch of polls like these, like, what kind of bending type would Suki be? And a lot of them pick firebending, and it drives me up the goddamn wall, like firebending or earthbending. And their arguments are, oh, well, she, like, is a heavy attacker, or, oh, she's like Kyoshi, and Kyoshi was an earthbender avatar. It's like, you fucking idiots, do you even get it? You're stupid, okay? You don't get it, alright? Their whole fighting style is based off of redirecting an opponent's weight and energy, using their force against them. You know what that is? It's water bending. That is literally the principle and philosophy of water bending. The channel, manipulation, and movement of energy, okay? These things have philosophies and principles behind them that help form their martial arts and their cultures, okay? I ramble, and it gets worse when I'm tired. Your Uraraka could work as a water or earth. I could see that. She's a very passionate person. And, you know, that kind of leans a little bit more towards firebending. I hate that people complain about Deku wanting to save Shiki like he's a superpowered cop. The MHA world style has some semblance of due process. He can't just go around punching people to death. I feel like in this instance, the world would be pretty okay with him punching this guy to death. But if he has the capabilities of also saving him... Well, okay, so Joe and I have talked about this. We don't think that Shigaraki's making it to the end of this. We do think that Shigaraki is going to die, but Midoriya will save Tenko. If you kind of get... Almost kind of like a Darth Vader thing. It's okay, Rhett. Some people are just dumb. Gunhead waterbending? Gunhead martial arts? Kind of, you know, we do see her do a lot of flips and shit. You know? Kind of like little jujitsu type shit. But have you considered that airbending with fans would go super hard? It would, which is why we see Aang do it in that very same episode. But that doesn't mean that's the philosophy of the friggin' airbenders, man. The Kyoshi warriors aren't looking for the exact right time to strike. Alright, from a specific weak point and dancing around their enemy using the friggin' 8 trigram 64 palm Neji technique. They are waiting for their opponent to attack and using their energy against them, which is waterbending, baby. Rhett, you should 100% put a no spoiler text box on the stream next to you just in case. Actually, I have one of them little sons of bitches. Let's see. Head source. Anime only. Booyah. Holy big. Shrink that. Booyah. Right there. We'll make it even bigger, actually. The Breath of the Wild theme is goated. ReZero answers one thing and gives you 10 new questions for each answer. Here's what happened to young Amelia. Now here's Pandora. Who's Amelia's parents in this mysterious story, etc. Hey, you're right. You're absolutely right. That is 100% true. That is exactly how it goes. And I'm kind of for it. To be TBH, I think Shigaraki would be savable if he wasn't literally uncontainable and was so resolute. You're right. Like, what are we supposed to do with him? He's too powerful. Even if we were able to, like, Stars and Stripes him, or we were, like, put something in him and destroy his quirk, or we have a rotating staff of copy-quirked people with Aizawa's powers, his biological ability is still too strong to hold. We don't have any restraints that can hold Prime All Might? No, he would either have to turn over such a new leaf that we could do anything with him. Or, you know, like a Salim Bradley occurs, and I'm not going to elaborate on that in case you haven't watched the show that character is from. If he had the feasible means to arrest him and contain him safely, reliably, and with no threat of his escape, yeah, I think arresting him should be on the table. But we don't. Have you heard of ReZero Theater of Despair? I have not. But don't tell me about it. Right, random Danadan episode plot. Oh, shit. I was actually thinking about this. I was thinking about, not this exactly, but do you know exactly what I want to see in a Danadan episode? Completely, and I mean this completely and wholly unironically, I want Rick Astley's Never Gonna Give You Up to play completely and utterly seriously in an episode. Like, you have the alien invasion going on, either Momo or Ken is captured, we have the endgame lineup with all of our ghost ghouls and alien goblins and mecha kaiju waifus, and we're all lined up, and then you just hear because I just feel it fits the tone for Dan perfectly, and it thematically works. Ken is never gonna give her up, or vice versa. I think it works. And you know the line, so it's like, we're no strangers to love, you know the rules, and so do I. You know, it could be about the games that they're playing, and how they just need to be open and honest with each other. Dude, that's what I want. I unironically, and not just, oh, look at the meme. I unironically want that. Like, badly. Subaru should learn gunhead martial arts. He would unironically be top in the verse. I gotta tell you, if I could learn one fictional martial art, it would be flowing water crushing rock. That martial art makes you able to throw down with basically anybody regardless of the stat difference. It's crazy good. I would love to be a master of flowing water crushing rock. If it's just martial art, if it's like, oh, you have the skills of anybody, it would probably be like Goku. Because not only is he an unbelievably incredible martial artist, but flying is a technique. It's not an ability. You can learn to fly based off of a technique. So I would learn that technique, and suddenly I'm able to fly. I mean, that Rick Astley album is fire. Is there a new one or something? Rick Astley is an alien baby. Let's see. For Write a Day-to-Day plot. Let's see. Momo, Ken, and the gang have decided that they want to go to an arcade. The arcade is in Osaka, which means they have to take a train there. On the train ride to Osaka, because it's summer break, they're on the train ride to Osaka. The train has an issue, and they get locked in the woods. And they're like, okay, it's fine. No problem. The train will be fixed up momentarily. And then, all of a sudden, they are going to find a fantastical sauna. And Momo's going to be apprehensive right away because of the last sauna she went to. But everybody's going to be like, listen, we've got time, we've got money. Let's just have a good time. We'll relax. And by the time we're done relaxing, the train will be fixed. And so, they go into this sauna. And it is a sauna for Bigfoots. But they don't find this out until they go in, and then the Bigfoots arrive, right? How long are we thinking the stream will go on for? I have no idea. There is no set. There is no brakes on this train at the moment. Hold on. It's been a while since I've had some caffeine. Like 30 minutes. Come here, diet soda. Is there an arc in MHA that you enjoyed more in its manga form than the anime version? For me, it would be... Well, the only real arc that I've, like, read all the way through was My Villain Academia, in which case, yes, I didn't actually enjoy the manga version more than the anime version. Just because we got a little bit more with Redestro, which I think is... Rhett, have you listened to the Revo song? I have. I have listened to it. I haven't watched the opening. Our Discord finished editing a special safe version of the intro that we will watch for the next episode. But I have listened to it. I've only listened to it once, so I couldn't like hum it off the top of my head. But I really like it. Somehow the sauna makes everyone's feet big. Yeah, and then they're slowly turning into Bigfoots. And they're like, what's going on? And Ken is like, oh my gosh, it's Bigfoot, the North American, you know, blah, blah, blah. And they actually go, actually, we're the Yeti variant. And then it's like, well, the reason why Bigfoots are actually aliens, and what this is, it's not a sauna, it's a molecular DNA replicator, right? And so, because Bigfoots lack the ability to replicate themselves, they have to create more Bigfoots for the sake of the population by putting their DNA in a juice thing and kidnapping hikers to put them into the juice to create more Bigfoots, alright? And so, Momo and Ira are freaking out at the size of their new feet, and Gigi is like, whoa, my feet is huge, dude! And he tries to do some soccer tricks with it. And then once Evil Eye pops out eventually, because Gigi is happy, he can go in the sauna because it's hot water. And so, once Evil Eye eventually pops out because, like, Bigfoot spits on him, he is, like, supercharged with his massive feet, but he doesn't know how to do anything with them. He's like a baby walking on new legs, so he keeps falling over in an attempt to do any attack. And then, after a bit of time, they realize because their feet are slowly shrinking, because they didn't get fully Bigfootified, but they realize that they actually have to be Bigfoots to leave, and now that they're at the opposite side of the forest, they have a certain amount of time to make it back before both they're able to leave the Bigfoot area and before the train departs. Were you into Dan before the anime release? No. We talk about this in the opening, a reaction to episode 1. I had absolutely no goddamn idea what a well, to be fair, I still don't know what a Dan is, but I don't like... I had no earthly concept of what Dan was. Joe was the one who knew the most about it, and that's just because he had like watched the intro over and over and over again. Let's see. Do you think Shigaraki's character treatment since Liberation War is fine, or could have been better? Well, I mean, like, I would have liked for more, right? Like, that's something I'll always typically say is, okay, maybe not always typically say, but usually, if you ask me, do you wish you saw more of blank? My usual answer will be yes. I wish it would have been nice to have another villain arc, you know? Actually, it would have been nice to have 3 villain arcs. They don't have to all be the length of MVA, but, you know, just maybe a 2-episoder every season following a little mini showing of the villains. Just so we have that more of that perspective. Dan sort of gives me the impression that it's an homage to all the tropes that make anime anime. It's pretty cool. I love Dan. I love Dan. It is not my favorite thing that we were reacting to, but it is the thing that makes me the happiest that we react to. Although, that's probably not true anymore now that we're reacting to My Hero. It's a special thing, reacting to My Hero for us. But I love Dan. And I love Momo and Ken. I think they're the cutest relationship we've got right now. They're not the most rewarding or fulfilling. I don't want to compare them to fast food because that makes it feel too derisive. But it's not like fast food, but it's a home cooked meal that you really enjoy. It is Momo and Ken. Because you can just have it whenever you want, but it still makes you happy every time you have it. But with say like Amelia and Subaru, that's something that you build up more. Oh, hey Gabe. Why am I? Because I gotta be up. do you want to join, Gabe? Don't you have work? It's Friday. Go back to bed. Yeah, peak Persona music's great. What were we talking about? Sorry, the more tired I get, the more scatterbrained. It's gonna get worse, guys. It's gonna get worse. Depart from regular show versus the Ganga Gang. We call them Mystery Incorporated around here. From Dan, who's finding the Sasquatch first? Oh, the Mystery Incorporated are finding Sasquatch first because they would be attracted to Ken. But Mordecai and Rigby are going to accidentally their way into the destruction of the molecular DNA rescrambler. So that's what would happen. Was the first name revealed in season 7? Can't remember that. What? I don't know what you're talking about. So you're saying you want more Dagon? I don't know what that is also referring to, but the answer to that is always no. Oh, I know exactly what you're referring to. Actually, yes. Unironically, I would want more Dagon. That is something that Jujutsu Kaisen suffers in so badly. They'll have characters that I'm actually even vaguely interested in. Like, Geto's 2 little children girls. And then they're like, haha, you're dead. And I'm like, oh, that could have been impactful if you did anything with them, but you didn't. Are you planning on playing MHA's All Justice when it releases? Once the season of My Hero ends. Sure, I'll do a stream playing One's Justice. Or All's Justice, excuse me. Scooby's gonna run into him first anyways. Yeah. Thoughts of Subaru's character development over the 2 seasons you've seen. I love it. I think it's great. And it's not just great, it's well earned. Like, having Subaru, I think a lot of people who checked out when Subaru has his Amelia crash out in the capital are really missing out. Because, like, it's integral. It's absolutely integral to his character. The fact that he had these built-up emotions and what he was using to try and, like, cope with them and how unhealthy that was. But then him going, no, it's okay, I'm gonna go all in on this, and then when that fails and it's brutalized and all these horrible things, and he just finally goes, no, I can't do this because I know that deep down I am a failure. And then you have just the fantastic Rem scene where it's like, yo, don't you know who you actually are? Not the you that you perceive yourself to be, but the you that you are, both genuinely and to me, which obviously is also great because that's how Rem was for her. And I say this in our reactions, but you know, Rem was in a very similar state to Subaru. She blamed herself for her failures, for her upbringing, for how horrible she feels, for the relief she felt after Ram lost her horn. And you know, she had all these similar kind of thoughts to Halo theme to Subaru. And so when Subaru finally got her clock to tick again, finally got her unfrozen from her state of time, you know, only focused on the past and all of her regrets, it's like her life really started again. And so she got to be that for Subaru, and now Subaru, that he has that core. Now that his resolve and his, you know, his principles have been hardened and really refined. Now they're tested, they're iron, and now he can use this new position that he's in to help others in similar positions, like he did unknowingly with Rem, but really like he did with Garfield, and hopefully like he's going to do with Roswell. So yeah, I think his character development has been great. If MHA did get a sequel, would you like to see more? I would like to see, you know, typical. Let's go Shippuden, huh? 2-year time jump, 5-year time jump. Let's get him at the beginning of their. Let's get My Hero Agency, huh? MHA, baby. Rhett, did you know that the episode count for season 8 was revealed? No. Don't tell me. Wait, no, I think I actually did know this. I think, isn't it 12 episodes? That's just ReZero being peak, baby. Hell yeah, it's being peak. That's a whole lot of peak right there. They call that the mountain range, because it's a lot of peak. Yeah, chat, how are we doing? How do you think Chainsaw Man would end? So Denji rips his chainsaw cord and goes, I'm chaining it. And then he saws all over the Devil Lord. And Unga and Bunga are in heaven going, that's our ancestor. That's translated. 12 episodes, but 11-week time slot. So what, 2 episodes in a week? Huh? Kingdom of Gaming, if you don't know, we do react to Chainsaw Man, and so I don't know what's going on in the manga. We've only reacted to season 1, so no spoilers for literally anything. Seek Pinama, for sure. How you doing, Nixie? You're out of topics? Basically, the final season 8 episode might double episode special. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. I love what ReZero did to address treating return by death as a tool to just continuously use. Yeah, and you know what? That's another great thing about Subaru. It wasn't like he was done growing after the Rem scene, right? Because he still was like, I can do this. I'm going to be the hero. I'm going to be what Rem knows I am to be. I'm going to put everything on my shoulders. And that burden started to crush him. Because he thought that to be this person that Rem knows he can be, he has to shoulder the burden alone. But, obviously, he kept learning and kept growing, both with the Witch's Tea Party and Otto and all these things. So now he's like, listen, I didn't value myself. I was like, I'll do everything for the people I love, but he didn't consider himself into that equation. And so he was like, I'll kill myself as many times as I need to. I am worthless. He's like, no, you're not worthless. You are part of everybody I love. That needs to be reinforced. And then, of course, you know, we get the you're not alone with Otto. You can rely on me. We can do this together. He keeps growing. It's not a one and done transition from I'm a failure to I'm the GOAT. It's I'm the GOAT, but I've got more to go. What would a day-to-day game be like? I'm assuming you're talking about a video game, because I've been thinking about like what games could we do for day-to-day during reactions. Whew. I hope it's not a 3D fighting game. I'm getting tired. Dude, how badass would it be if we got an anime platform fighter? Come on, Shonen Jump. Give us Shonen Jump Ultimate, for God's sakes. As a manga reader, prepare for crazy. Hey, that's close to, that is right on the edge. I'm not gonna say that's spoiler stuff, because that's so vague, but be careful, my friend. Let's see. I can tell you, Denji, certainly saw chaining it. Thank God. Want to hear your theories on other people named after stars in ReZero? So all of the archbishops are named after stars, But there is one additional little cherry on top, and that's Aldebaran. Why are you named after a star, buddy? Why do we know so little about you? Why do you wear a helmet? Why do you obscure your identity, huh? Got something to hide? Huh? Starboy? Okay. I have enough pieces to make connections for ideas. I just don't have enough pieces to make, like, grounded theories yet in regards to star theory. Gabe says, where does MHA fall on your anime tier list? Whether it's best or favorite of all time. For favorite of all time, it's probably number 3. For best of all time, it makes my top 10. It doesn't make top 3. I don't even think it makes top 5. But I love it to death. Which type of animes the custodians would never react to? I imagine you would never react to slice of life animes. You know what? Never say never. But that's probably the case. We're probably never going to react to... Like, would people even want us to react to slice of life anime? Like, I'm not saying we couldn't do that. Like, I feel like we could make that entertaining. But is that what you come for us to do? Like, would you want us to react to slice of life? Is there any slice of life you'd like us to react to? In your opinion, do you think Shigaraki will be saved? No, but I think Tenko will be. We went over that earlier. What do you think of Spinner and his role? I think Spinner's awesome. I think Spinner's the GOAT. I dislike how they got rid of his narration for My Villain Academia. I do like how he went from somebody who was just, oh, I'm gonna just kind of meander my way through life, you know, and then, oh, I'm inspired by Stain, but I'm kind of just more like, I don't have this resolve, this conviction that Shigaraki or Dabi has. And then once he really finds that and his role, and then he sees the error of his ways in that role, because he did truly want what he was doing. He wanted the, you know, people like him to live better lives than he did, but, you know, attacking a hospital just ain't the way. Again, I just wish we had more time to develop Spinner even further. Rhett would love 100 girlfriends. I would love to... Actually, I don't think I would love to have 100 girlfriends. I don't think I have the capacity. I think, honestly, 2... You know, I've had girlfriends, and, you know, 1 is a lot. That's a lot of commitment, a lot of time. 100? Literally 100 times more? I would have a hard time remembering 100 names. How would you feel about Renskrantz and Guildenstern are dead? Like, story about Koichi during the events of MHA. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry, Game Nut. I'm not familiar. Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead. I'm unfamiliar. Do you think Satella genuinely loves Subaru, or do you think it's more of a twisted obsession? I guess it depends on what Satella is out for the day, because the one we saw at the Witch's Tea Party, I believe she genuinely loves Subaru. But then there's the Aishiteru one. Whatever that difference is. And if you guys know that there's a difference, and, oh, it was content from Season 1, don't tell me! That's infatuation, obsession, whatever you'd like to call it. But I do think there is a part of Satella that does genuinely love Subaru, which makes me really freaking curious as to why. No, I'm at the Anime 100 Girlfriends lol peak show. Sure. I'll watch it. Screw it, let's go. 50-minute post-discussion on the intricacies of the love triangle. Let's see. Finally awake for real this time. MHA is probably my top 9 or 10 overall. Maybe. My top 3 villains are Shigaraki, Spinner, 6. Ooh. My top 3 favorite villains of My Hero? Shigaraki. All for One, unironically, probably. Yeah. And Dobby. Yeah. So, just the most basic and obvious answers. To rephrase my earlier question, how would you feel about a story about Koichi and his antics, either the events of MHA unfolding in the background? Ah, okay. I'd love it. I'd love to see it. Best live-action Nickelodeon show back in the day? So, I did watch a lot of Nickelodeon. I feel like that was probably second place in my watching schedule, but with the exception of Atla, I was more of a Cartoon Network guy. But best live action, I was an iCarly guy. I liked iCarly. I didn't really watch too much live action Nickelodeon back when like Drake and Josh was king. So it was mostly iCarly. I watched a lot of iCarly. I didn't care too much for Victoria's. What do you think regular corny ass abilities are? Maybe something to do with spiral or directions, or like he can give commands to things because he's all about like rights. So maybe he can like go, I command your arm to detach or twist or something. But it does seem like maybe fields of directional energy or something. I don't know. You love that, Carly? Yeah. I know you'll see somehow the world will change for me and feel so wonderful. You can tell I liked iCarly. Look, I ripped off her whole shtick. Look. I got a big sign with her name on it. I would love more on the Koichi question. Yeah, I would love that. I would love to have more of him. Like, what is he doing? What's his opinion? I would love to see him. Hopefully he shows up. That'd be pretty tight. Regulus's ability is being an annoying bitch. It's amazing how different I feel about Regulus and Pandora. Regulus is my least favorite character to have on screen because he's annoying, and I will be excited for when Reinhardt eventually shows up and gives him the old 1-2 Excalibur. Wait, hold on. There we go. Gives him the old 1-2, you know, caster be gone. But, with Pandora, I dislike more because she is just, she's like more of a hurricane than a villain. Does not care about anything, seemingly. I can't wrap my head around her. The moment I can figure her out, she's cooked. But yeah, Rhett said, dude, I got some serious feats in terms of custodian scaling. I mean, I got spiral power. All right. I think Joe probably still scales the highest with the anti-life equation, but he erased it, so he doesn't have it at the moment. But he probably could write it down. That's pretty powerful. But I've got spiral energy. I'm hope pilled and hope maxing, and I've got Excalibur. So I'm charting pretty high. Gabe's got the ability to see 6 minutes into the future, which is pretty useful. And he can get visions of the future through dreams, like with Dobby killing Sato. So we've got some pretty good scaling here at the Custodians. Joe is tall, he outscales. Oh yeah, well I'm heavier, so I outscale. Who have you liked more as ReZero's villain, Beetlejuice or Roswaal? Roswaal. Don't get me wrong, I really like Beetlejuice. But Roswaal is one of my favorite characters of the series. I think he's unbelievably interesting. And yeah, no, Roswaal. Roswaal's my answer. Gabe is massively sub-light. How do you scale that? Oh, I'm massively light. Hold on. Where are all my lights? Look, I got lights everywhere. I'm massively light. Where's my lamp? Ah! There we go. Massive light. Seeing into the future didn't save Night Eye. No, it didn't. But it might save Gabe. Gabe is not heavier. I am heavier than Gabe. I'm a big fat guy at the moment. I am down 25 pounds though. I've been losing weight. Thus, the diet soda, you know. Let's see. Oh, shoot. What is Giorno's team doing here? This is copyrightable stuff. Sorry, folks. True books? Don't even get me started on the true books, bro. Gabe is sublight. I am sublight. Yeah, no, well, technically, I also have light scaling here somewhere. Somewhere around these parts. I don't know what happened to my death note. Okay. Gabe is like 4 feet tall. I'd be scared if he was heavier than you. I'm sure he appreciates that. Aki can see slightly into the future as well. Hopefully he fares better than Night Eye. Well, yeah, the Future Devil's fun, though. Who's heavier, Tommy, S. Gordon, or Gabe? You're asking who's heavier, the same guy or the same guy? Gabe is a train. That's pretty big. Gabe is a train. Let's see. How is it already 5:30 a.m. and I've only been streaming for 2 hours? How's everybody doing? Doesn't Joe have a light speed feat with that one pick? What? Hold on. What pick are we talking about? I completely believe you. Why is AOT the GOAT? Because it's really good, and its foreshadowing is some of the best I've ever seen in anything. And it has the greatest, most incredible reveal in anime history that I will not talk about here, even if this whole chat has seen it, because somebody may watch this after the stream, because, you know, it'll be up, and it is such a good reveal, I don't even want to spoil them. Everybody here should probably know what reveal I'm talking about when it comes to Attack on Titan, if they've seen it. Because you know it's that reveal, and that is, like, the best reveal in anime. Also, because Peak exists. You are totally right, a person. How's everybody doing, y'all? Do you think Amelia now scales higher or lower to Puck? I think she, from what it seems like, she's pretty on level with Puck. Because they were like, only somebody of equal kind of standing and power will be able to free you. Good, thank you, Rhett. It's 11:33 a.m. here in the UK. Bitchin'. In the UK, eh? My aunt lives in the UK. She's married to a New Zealand man. She's also with her chica. I'm playing an RPG while watching, and I just accepted that the Skyrim OST was playing. Rhett, open your sliding door? No. Hold on.
Good lord. Dude. This is crazy.
Hi everybody, Gabe's here.
Hi everybody.
You freaked out my dog.
I'm so sorry.
Alright, Gabe's taking over. Bye everybody.
Wow, I look so good.
Hi, Nick.
What's up, chat? Does Barry Bones move like a weeping angel? No, when no one's looking?
See y'all. Get taken over.
What's up, everyone?
Nixie.
Yeah, I drove all the way here from my home to interrupt Rhett's stream for like 2 seconds. Hi. Barry B. Bones is Subway.
Oh, come on. He's massively FPL.
Yeah. I thought Rhett was getting murdered behind the screen. Yeah. You love me. You're rude. Yeah, I was very confused when I saw Rhett streaming this morning. I woke up and I saw my phone. It was like Rhett or the custodian's streaming, talking about My Hero for an undisclosed amount of time, and I was like, "What? Why is Amelia better a better waifu than Rem? She's not." End of discussion. What a dumbass question. Never ask that again.
Isn't it crazy seeing Gabe with good lighting?
Yeah, this is strange. Bro, you gotta clean up in here. This is my goodness. Everyone keeps telling Rhett he looks like you.
Now, this is actually perfect. Now we can see just how much that isn't true.
Do you eat pineapple on pizza? No. Not even once.
Do we look similar at all? Look, he's
entirely two different shades.
Wait, hold on. Take the headphones off.
Well, I gotta go now.
Oh, you gotta go?
I literally was just gonna stop by for 30 seconds.
Oh, okay. I'll be right back. Well, that was weird. Can't believe that guy knows where I live. And good audio too. Crazy, right? I know. Absolutely insane. Luna loves him, and Nyx hates him. Well, Nyx hates everybody who isn't me. They look kind of similar, y'all know why. Shut up. I look nothing like him. I spent the last 72 hours binging almost every one of your guys' videos. Top tier reaction. Wow, thanks. What's been your favorite reaction? Actually, that's open to the whole channel. What is the best reaction on the channel? And it could be based off of just solely the reaction, or you could go, oh, this is the best reaction. This is the best post discussion. Like, what is it? What is it? How are we doing next? Yep, the big bad man that looks nothing like me is gone. That's a hard choice to make. Going through your AOT vids before I hopped in the stream, dope discussion in those ones. That was a lot of fun. The AOT streams were a lot of fun. Whoa, we have a Vox Machina reaction enjoyer. I wish more people did. I have a lot of fun with those. MHA's top tier, of course. We also really love your Vox Machina reactions. Manual sweep. I was actually just watching you guys' reaction to Gentle catching UA. Breck's reaction is he was trending because he died. I don't necessarily know if I agree with that. I think that's bum kiss because it did not feel good. How would you want to see an AFO backstory in the final season, since that will probably be the last time we will ever see MHA? Oh, I would. That's another thing. You know, people ask what sequel I would want. Maybe I don't necessarily want this as a sequel, but it's like an OVA or like a series of like a mini series of like Oliver 1 and his rise to power. I think that'd be pretty good. Manual sweep. I imagine most people will say manual sweep. Manual's awakening in season 6 was a lot of fun. When I say manual, I meant Shigaraki. Blech. My favorite post discussions are between Chainsaw Man and ReZero. You're not alone on that. Those and My Hero have our most, like, I think our highest, like, view retention for post discussions. He was trending because he died. Shut up, okay? I made a bad call. It happens to the best of us. Isn't that right, Nate? I only watch ReZero reactions, so ReZero for me. Well, we've got others you might be interested in. I love ReZero, so that, you know, that makes sense. But maybe even an MHA Generations OVA. Yeah, you know, or like an OVA where each episode is a different wielder and like a bit of their history and how they died and stuff. If only Gabe was present the first time y'all saw the manual sweep. That is what stopped it from being probably the pinnacle of the channel. Did I ever tell you what happened there? He put his phone on airplane mode. So I tried calling him to wake him up, and I couldn't. And I had no way to get into contact with him or to get you, because it's not like he was over at his place. He was in Iowa, because I was doing online school. He was at ISU with Joe, and so none of us could get a hold of him. ReZero Eternal Spare episode was amazing because you all were just quiet. Yeah, that was a good one. I much prefer an MHA spin-off, another one, than a sequel. I don't know. I kind of like. I want to see our boys. I want to see our boys chopping the top of the charts. Maybe we could do. I never read this, but maybe we could do like a Heroes of Olympus type thing, where sure the protagonists are new characters, but then the old characters do kind of show up and like be really awesome. So maybe like a good Boruto, huh? Much prefer an MHA spin-off sequel. Tragic. It's not his fault he was on an airplane. Shaking my head. I watched him die when you learned that who Kurogiri is. One of my favorite channel moments. Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Have you seen the MHA side series, MHA Team Up Missions manga? I think I read a few of those on stream. I really gotta like put a lot of those in like a easily findable playlist or something. The general concept of a sequel is really cool given the whole passing on to the next generation theme, but I just can't think of any specifics I'd like to see in a sequel. I guess neither can I. Aliens! I've been saying this forever. I want aliens. I want aliens to show up and fight superheroes. I want advanced technology versus really strong people with cool powers. I've been saying this for a long, long, long time. I want aliens. Gonna be late for work, so worth it, bitchin'. Have a good one, brother. I think MHA is good without a sequel. MHA team-up missions end with 55 chapters. Death battle reactions are always great. I want another Hot Wings stream. That was a lot of fun. Ah, man, that was a lot of fun. I'm ready for another one. I don't know about Gabe and Joe. I think they don't want to do it because they're afraid they'll lose again. Because I'm kind of goated at this. Just can't wait to see our ReZero Season 3 reactions. We need custodians, the chase, but Gabe is the chaser. Wonder what Horikoshi's next work will be like. There's been no hints at what he will come out with. My Hero Shippuden. Here we go. Alrighty. I think I'm probably gonna wrap her up soon. On a scale of 1 to 10, how stressful will editing in January be? Dude, we're not gonna be able. Editing is not usually the issue, not anymore. Yeah, I mean, obviously I don't want to have to edit like 5 things, but I could. The problem is recording. You know, if you haven't noticed, we record for longer than maybe most when it comes to reactions. I know that JJK has a sequel. I haven't heard literally anything about it. We could have forced Gabe to watch Mob Psycho. Funny. Shit, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, editing. It's about recording time. Because Gabe, Joe, and I have such eclectic schedules, finding time to sit down to record while also like having a life is difficult. I work 2 jobs. Joe works a really important, time-consuming job. Gabe has another time-consuming job that's also not wholly consistent necessarily on his schedule. So finding time to record is the real bitch. Don't you 3 each edit a series individually now? No. Close. I edit everything that isn't Black Clover. So right now that's My Hero, ReZero, Death Battle, you know, Indie Cross when that eventually comes back. But no, Joe edits Black Clover, and we're trying to get Gabe to a point where he can edit 2 shorts a week, but right now Gabe is not editing a series. Isn't Gabe a person trainer or something? He does train persons. Personally. Which is why I'm so heartbroken if ReZero Season 4 airs in January. Because we have JJK Season 3, Vigilante Season 2, Oshino Ko Season 2. We'll still be reacting to ReZero. I think Black Clover will at least be done. Which will honestly free up a lot of time, because obviously we react to 3 episodes of Black Clover apiece. So if we were to stop that, we could realistically react to two shows. But yeah, so and Freerun Season 2. Yep. It'll probably be April or May. If that's the case, I'd be very happy. If it aired in January, it almost certainly would have been announced by now. For too long, yeah, that's a lot. Is Gabe a personal trainer that bullies you into improving? No, he doesn't. He does help me improve. He does not bully me too. This has been mostly a me thing. But yeah. How are we doing, chat? My headphones are dying. I think this is a 10-minute warning until we sign off. Oh, it's because I'm leaning backwards, isn't it? For some reason, when I stream, my mic is always super quiet. This is one of my favorite Zelda tracks of all time, and Zelda is one of my favorite video game scores, generally, of anything ever. So, yeah, we're cooking right now. Kind of tired, trying to think of more ReZero questions. Well, try harder, I guess. We're gonna listen to Ballad of the Goddess, and once this is over, I think I might wrap her up. How long did it take you to get that long hair, by the way? It usually takes me like a year or 2 to get like hair that long. Obviously my hair is actually quite short at the moment. It's actually been short for a while. It was shorter than this a bit ago. I usually get haircuts every now and then. I think I'm gonna keep it short for a while, actually. For a while now. But I've had long hair. Usually about a year or 2. for some, the longest, it went to like just above my ass. My hair is quite curly, so if you like stretched it out, it got ridiculously long. So, it took me a bit to get it that long. I'm doing pretty good, prepping a D&D one-shot for some D&D newbies later today. Hey! Fun. I remember prepping a one-shot, and then about a year and a half later, we finished the campaign. Oh, we're running out of time on the headphones. You're planning to start Black Clover soon. I'm aiming to catch up before you do. Is that a joke at our expense when it comes to our little hiatus we took with Black Clover? For those of you who don't know, Black Clover was the first show we ever reacted to officially on the channel. Well, we've been doing this channel for 5 years now, which goes to show maybe how long it took us, how much of a break we had between episode 22 and 23. I feel bad for this track. I've never played Deltarune. I know somebody asked that earlier. I've never played Deltarune. I know nothing about Deltarune. I like this track a lot, but it's really a shame that Mr. Beast video exists, because I can't listen to this without repeating Mr. Beast in my head over and over and over again. Ba, ba, ba. I lied. We're gonna listen to the Tears of the Kingdom intro. Ba, 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 ba. Actually, we're gonna listen to the Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom trailer theme. Then it'll be done. You guys got 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Wonder how many JoJo Reaction fans are still around. All of them. They've been patient and loyal. Having just read all the Vigilantes, I think either Knuckle Duster or Six are my favorite characters. Koichi closely behind. Knuckle Duster is fantastic. And so is Koichi. I really like all of them. I really like Pop. I hope we get more of them in My Hero. Proper. My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia, not yours. Haikyuu. Hey, for all of you JoJo and Haikyuu loyalists, okay? I want you to know, especially with Haikyuu, we want to watch those shows again, and they'll be on polls, all right? You just got to rally. Get your votes on platforms, right? Get them some campaigns, get their name out there, and they might win a poll. A stream is like a D&D one-shot. It ends way after you thought it would. True. Cheers for the stream. Yeah, you know, I just felt like I gotta stay up. It's better than me not getting as far as I wanted to in Dead Cells over again. What trailer do you think was better? Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom? I think I'm gonna go with Breath of the Wild, but Tears of the Kingdom is so freaking good. They have some of the best game trailers ever in the game. How long after finishing ReZero 2 will you go over cut content? As soon as the Discord gets it ready for us. Excited for the MHA reaction? Me too. Me too. It's not gonna win, even if I want to see them, because I'm voting Dr. Stone. Breath of the Wild edges out for me. Yeah. Ah, dude, when Daruk's like, here it comes, and then the main theme kicks in. Like that. Dude. Cinema. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dong, 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 dong. I can't wait for All Might to not explode. Hey, All Martyr has to happen, okay? It's on the bingo board. And the dawn of his new kingdom. Oh, dude. This shit's so good, man. Such a fucking nerd, man. Alright. I think that's enough. Time's up. I think we should all head to bed or work or wherever. The bingo board is more canon than the MHA manga. You bet your ass. You bet your ass. Oh, this is still live. So we're catching you live here from Germany. Looking good, Rhett. Great hair. Why, thank you. Thank you very much. It's not often you get to see my hair. This is actually, I did this whole stream just to prove that I have it. I am in fact not bald. Is he Schrodinger's All Might right now? Where do you rank ReZero so far among animes you've watched? It's really high. It's really, really high. I think it actually has an unfair advantage because a lot of the shows that I might rank as high or higher just haven't had their goddamn freaking second season, Chainsaw Man. God damn it. So, I don't know how y'all have made it all this way without being spoiled. Glad it's worked out for you. I'm just very, very ridiculously stingent with my spoilers, as I'm sure longtime fans have known. My family does not like watching things with me because I won't even spoil things for them. They will ask me, so is this blank or blank in the show we're watching? And I will almost without fail always answer, I can't confirm nor deny. They don't like me watching stuff with them. I was gonna say nice haircut, but then wasn't sure if this was the same or not. Still nice. Well, thank you. I got spoiled on ReZero Season 3 right before I decided to watch it, so hopefully you remain unspoiled. ReZero, literally, especially with My Hero almost ending, ReZero would be the #1 thing I will not stand for being spoiled for me, because part of the allure of ReZero is the mystery, the questions. If that gets spoiled for me, I'm going to be really upset. Oh, thank you for the donation and for the hair review. I can do you one better. I can do hair without headphones. All right? And I want you to notice this is my hair, you know, at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. with no sleep, all right? I haven't done anything with it. I think I'm going to cut it shorter. That's what I think I'm going to do. For real. All right. How did you come up with the name for the channel, by the way? Okay. So we were trying to... this was around the time the Tournament of Power was a thing in anime, and there was a lot of like, oh, what would the Marvel Tournament of Power team be? And at this point in time, we had... my buddies and I, we would get together and we would play a game together. We would have... whoever's house it was got to control, and we would all just play together. Hot. Thank you. But what we would do is we would connect it to a shared narrative and universe that we were creating. And so we would come up basically with our own character, why they're doing what they're doing, the context of what they're doing and why they're doing it. And we would add it to this universe of interconnected original characters that we've created. And so we were like, what would our Tournament of Power group be? Like, what out of our original characters, who would be on the team? And we were like, oh, this one, that one, this character, for sure. I mean, he is the ultimate detective. He's the Dr. Detective, because we were playing, was Resident Evil 7, and his name was Planty, because I misheard a name that was Clancy. And so I was like, oh, his name's Clancy. And I heard Planty, and I'm like, oh, that's our guy's name. His name is Planty. And so I called him, he was a detective, because he was detecting a house. He was a house detective. And at one point I accidentally called him Dr. Planty, and so he became Dr. Detective Planty. And so, you know, like, all this, that we were coming up with our own things, and we were like, what would their Justice League name be? And it's like, I don't know, like, they clean up crime. They're the custodians. And so, yeah, that's where the Custodian's name comes from. It's from our own little... literally, the name of our channel comes from us being a bunch of freaking nerds who talk too much about shit. It's mildly annoying reading ReZero comments because while they don't spoil things directly, they kind of don't shut up. I don't read the ReZero comments. So we're good. Like they indirectly spoil things. Very nice hair. Why, thank you. Do a buzz cut. If we get to 20,000 subscribers before the year's over, I'll do a buzz cut. How about that? You've done this. I can't believe you've done this. Can't believe you said this. Custodian from Warhammer 40k. I have never once engaged with a Warhammer 40k. I've never once engaged with a Warhammer. If you can't tell, I'm more of a sword guy. That sounds appropriately nerdy for you guys. Yeah. See, we've been doing like Native of the Whites, Onga and Bunga, right? Like we've been doing these kinds of bits off camera for years. All right. We just make these things. Wow, you look like a Chad without the hat? Well, I mean, you know, I look like a Chad with the hat too, but I thank you for the compliment. Do you get Chet to read the comments still? No. No, we do have a comment moderator. Looking like Gabe V2 without the hat. Why do people keep saying this? I look nothing like Gabe. Let's end this slander. Can't remember if that was his name. It was his name. I'm surprised people remember that from the Chainsaw Man stuff and the My Hero stuff. But no. Chet has moved on to better things. No, but we do have a comment moderator. Let's see. Buzzcut Rhett would be interesting. Yeah, but I'm gonna keep the beard. Or should I, if I could, maybe I should shave all the way, and then go buzz cut and just be the cue ball, huh? No, not even buzz cut, bald. There we go. That's 50,000 by the end of the year. Bald. I've noticed with ReZero comments get harder for like 2 minutes and then stop. Yeah, well that's because most people that are like super fans who know us comment like right away as soon as they get the thing, and then by the time that's kind of over with, and usually it's because I'm going to bed, that's when I put on the no notify for me. No, your glorious hair. Yeah, well, it'll grow back. Trust me, it always does. My grandfather, whom I get my hair from, kept his hair through chemotherapy. So, all right. Midoriya could dinosaur punch this scalp, and these follicles are staying fine. Okay, I'm like Samson. But I keep my power, even when my hair is cut. Egg cosplay? I can do Saitama. If you shave the beard, you aren't beating the Gabe lookalike allegations. Shut up! We were literally same lighting, same camera, same location. We looked nothing alike. Absolutely nothing alike. I am being slandered and libeled at this very moment. Goddamn, you do scale high. I do! I scale incredibly high. All right. Yeah, I think Makima cosplay, ask Joe. All right. I think we are going to end it here. Maybe I can stretch her out for just 2 more minutes. But the headphones are dying. And, I guess I'm currently not listening to any music right now, so. This is a bad idea, Rhett. You're just going to listen to this, so you're going to stay alive. Time to merge the faces. Tobafu. You don't have to do that. You and Gabe are a spitting image of each other. We are not. I refuse to let this continue. Gabe should cosplay Himeno. Oh, he should. He should. He should totally do that. All right. Good night, everybody. Have a good one. Thanks for joining me. I might do more streams like this in the future. It's just kind of fun chilling and chatting. All right. Goodbye, y'all. Have a good night. I'm leaving now. Goodbye. Have a goodbye. Oh, congratulations. And